Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life's Legends, a podcast where we talk about the stories that have shaped us. I am your host, Luke, and this time I am joined by my lifelong friend, Autumn. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Autumn, the lifelong friend.
So, this is kind of fun. This very possibly is the last episode of Life's Legends.
Yeah,
I'm not
I've heard,
totally
yeah.
sure, but it's very possible it's the last episode. And I'm glad that we could do this as the last episode. So we grew up, right? Our families are really close. They've been really close forever. And me and your older brother and you and my little sister have hung out for years.
Since like 2 years old, yeah.
I know. I mean,
it's
we've
basically
always,
the whole childhood.
Right, we've always been together. And I've had Kate, my little sister, and Cliff, your older brother, on, and so now I'm like, yes, we've got all of us. All of us have been on, so I'm excited to do that. But Autumn, what piece of media have you decided to bring to the show for this?
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
the Muppet Show, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
It's just very nostalgic for me. You can't do this with YouTube's copyright system now, so people who watch YouTube, I don't know if they'll even understand. But you used to be able to upload just full episodes of shows on there.
Oh, I remember. YouTube was the Wild West for a little while.
Yeah, there was like no rules. And then it was like in 1,000 parts, but at 10 minutes at a time, they would upload full episodes of The Muppet Show, and I used to watch that all the time. The movies were a big thing.
Yeah.
But I believe we're mainly talking about the original Muppet Show.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll stick probably to the original Muppet Show, but there is a lot of Muppets content too.
Yeah.
And I think that both of us have seen a lot of that probably too.
Oh yeah.
It was interesting. So I'd never seen the original show. That I haven't, I didn't see that before this. I hadn't seen that, but I'd seen almost all the movies, if not all of them. I probably missed one at some point.
Yeah, there's apparently a Wizard of Oz one that sucks that nobody
You know
likes.
what? I don't think I saw the Wizard of Oz one. I think I missed that one then. But but I've seen I've seen a lot of those movies, and I've seen a lot of the new movies and show, and that one spin-off of The Office that they
love
did.
that.
It was really funny. But so I've seen a lot of Muppets content, but I never had seen this original
The original,
show.
with the start, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still say the original Muppet movie is my favorite film.
Yeah.
And then the original Muppet Show is really good. I don't know if it's my favorite TV show, but it's definitely nostalgic for me. I love the Muppets.
Yeah.
I love, the characters are really good to me. I love the technicality of, learning about how they made the puppetry work. I love Jim Henson.
Nice. Yeah.
Everything about it.
It is really neat. And I mean, you think about in the time too, it's cool. No one had done that. No one had really spent a lot of time and seriously was we're gonna make a TV show using puppets.
Yeah.
That's kind of new.
I always am more interested in physical props instead of like CGI and stuff. I think
Right.
CGI can look good and everything, but I'm always way more blown away about claymation. Even just even if you make a bad claymation movie, I think it's way more impressive just because of the technicality of how much you have to put work into it.
Right, all that time. Yeah. I mean, those are definitely super hard to make. Yeah, I don't know if you were on this. We went to a church when we were much younger, where they had there were the kids put on plays every once in a while, and there was a dude who had all these cool puppets, and I remember having it was just so cool to me.
I think I was.
I thought you were there. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I thought you were in that too, but I just I remember Mr. Fell, I think was his name, but I
don't remember specifics, but I definitely remember we were at a play thing.
Yeah, we did play stuff, but it was cool. It was definitely cool. I remember it was really cool to be a puppet, to be one of the puppets. I wanted to be one of the puppets, but because because then you could take them home and practice with them. He let you practice them. Anyway, we have veered.
This is not even related.
We have veered off track.
This is the childhood podcast memories now.
Yes. Back to the Muppets. So we'll start talking about the characters. We'll start with the characters.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where I have the bulk of things to say after my Muppets watch through. But let's just go. Let's pick a character and go into them. What character you want to start? You want to start with? What character speaks the most to you?
Well, I wanted to talk about Gonzo.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were talking about him earlier and what a weirdo he is.
Oh, Gonzo's so... Listen. So, I always knew Gonzo was weird. There's like the movie where Gonzo goes to space or something. So I know Gonzo's weird. I've always known Gonzo's weird. I like Gonzo a lot. Like as a kid, I think that was probably my favorite Muppet. And so I went into this just being like, I love Gonzo. Gonzo's so cool. And I'm worried about Gonzo.
Yeah, he has mental illness for sure. I feel like we need to address it.
I don't feel like Gonzo's getting the help he needs.
Kermit's only enabling him. We've all known this for years.
It's not good. What? It is it's funny to me, his antics, I love at the beginning of the show, what he thinks is a good act makes me laugh so hard. Where he does the dumbest thing.
Eating a tire.
Yeah. He's just that is funny. That makes me laugh. But then he's seriously dating a chicken.
Yeah, he wanted to date Big Bird at one point when there was a Sesame Street episode.
This is
problematic, I think, because I'm pretty sure Big Bird's 5.
Oh, I didn't even think about how old Big Bird is.
I'm pretty sure
he's
5 years old.
That's no good.
That's no good.
Big Bird, you can't be doing that, Gonzo.
You can't be doing it.
Gonzo needs help, please. Someone go help Gonzo. I just it crosses over from this is a weird dude to no, I think we need to get him help. I just
well, the chickens, the penguins and chickens can't talk like the other Muppets, is my question.
The chickens are just chickens. Why is he so into these chickens? I mean, several times in this show, there will be a chicken on screen, or someone will talk about a chicken, and he'll do the thing where he goes, to whatever people are talking.
He's got something for chickens. I think that's well established.
Oh, he's definitely a big chicken guy. And what is he? What?
Well, that's the movies, that's not the TV show, but Muppets from Space.
Yeah, is he really the alien?
He is an alien. Okay. It's revealed at the end he's an alien.
Okay, that makes more sense. But because he's they even comment. Many guest hosts even say something "What are you?"
I love the one movie. It's what is it called? The Great Muppet Caper. They just put him in a box called whatever. They don't, Kermit has frog, Fozzie has bear. He's just a whatever.
Yeah, what do you call that? I just
I think he's supposed to be an alien. Yeah, but
that makes sense. I mean, the nose and everything, and he's just so strange.
I don't think anything's really canon in the Muppet universe. I think it's just whatever is funniest is canon.
Right. There's no canon in the Muppets. I do. There was a moment. And I think it is in season 3. There's this moment where he thinks he got an offer to go to another to be a Hollywood film star, and so he quits the Muppets, and they have this, but he finds out the offer's fake by the end of the episode. Because of course he does. Poor Gonzo. Every time Gonzo gets shafted, I'm just poor Gonzo.
Yeah, this is why he has to seek it through adrenaline junkie behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all he can do. He's just shooting himself out of cannons because he's just I need to feel something. But he there is this moment with Kermit where as he's going to leave and Gonzo's actually sad about leaving the Muppets. Yeah. And they have this moment of sometimes we leave stuff in life, we move on, and that's okay. It's okay to be sad about that, but also to look forward to the thing you're going to do. And I was I was not expecting to be actually talked to.
Yeah, out of Muppets.
Yeah, through Gonzo. This is not the vehicle I thought was going to tell me a life lesson.
I think there is some emotional moments in the Muppets, which is interesting to me. I think Jim Henson, because I used to research him a lot when I was obsessed with the Muppets and everything, he's a very heartfelt, hippie type of guy, very much part of the 70s.
He looks like that. The pictures I've seen of him, he definitely has the hippie look.
Yeah, when I was researching, he's very much a very much unity, peace, and love type of guy. So I think he did want to encourage a lot of messages, even if it was a kid's show about acceptance and everything. Yeah,
and I think it does. Even this show, I mean, back in that time.
Yeah,
I think it does even do that. I mean, season 1 aired in 1984, which is crazy to me. And to be fair, looks incredible for 1984. Yeah, there's definitely a lot. Like, you can feel that, I think, as you go through all of the Muppets stuff, but definitely, like, the original show. You can feel that kind of, like, peace, love, like, unity, and, like, trying to bring people together and to be calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do that. I think the show does that really well. And through, like, through different stuff. But, yeah. But, yeah, Gonzo's weird. Gonzo's a little bit of a freak.
How does he understand the chicken is my question. Because no one else can understand these chickens.
But gee, he can.
He can somehow understand the chicken.
Gonzo is on another level with these chickens. I don't know if you get too close to a chicken, do you become able to understand the chicken? I don't think it's legal for me to be as close to a chicken as Gonzo is.
I don't think it's legal for anybody to be that close.
I don't think it's legal. And like, this is the funny part about this, right? Because I watched like the Office spin-off of the Muppets thing. I watched that before, and like that's a joke in that he's dating the chicken, like Camilla.
Yeah.
It's like a joke in that, and like I'm like, oh, that's funny. I wonder where that comes from. And then I watched this series, and I was like, oh, he's just dating the chicken.
He's just dating the chicken.
Like, I did understand the joke. That was the joke.
Yeah, that was the whole joke. There's no backstory, no lore, just he dates chickens.
He dates chickens. He's funny. He's a good member. He's a good member of the cast. I think he's really funny. I'm gonna pick one now. Let's go. Okay, so my favorite, and this might not be that big of a surprise, but my favorite character is Fozzie Bear.
I love him. He's hilarious.
I love Fozzie Bear. First of all, I think like his interactions with Statler and Waldorf are amazing. Statler and Waldorf themselves are incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny that they heckle him. And then the one episode where they ran the show and he got to heckle them was great. I think his jokes are terrible.
Yeah,
and that's why they're funny.
Yeah, that's so bad. There's such a thing as a joke that's so unfunny. Yeah. It loops back to being funny.
It goes all the way around. It comes all the way
and
back around.
That's definitely Fonzie, especially when you're writing a joke to be so unfunny. But I think it's a hard thing to do, but they do manage to do it with Fozzie. And I also just think he's likable enough where you want to laugh with him and everything instead of at him. Like, yeah. But it is still funny when the guys heckle him from the top of the mountain. They come to the show just to heckle him.
Like, you want to be, like, you want to like him. Like, you want to support him.
You want to support him.
Because he's such a nice guy. Like, he is, like, actually a nice guy. And I love, like, his interactions with, like, other members of the show are funny. Oh, I really liked Bear on Patrol. His, the one bit he does with the, Link Hogthrob.
Link Hogthrob.
Which is a character all to his own. But I like, where he's, like, the police bear. And he's just so dumb. I just like,
everybody gets away.
It's it never goes well. I just like that bit was really funny that he was always in. But yeah, I like him.
I like how insecure he is. He's like very much a people pleaser. He's very much a people pleaser.
I think why I like him is because I see a lot of myself in Fozzie Bear.
A lot of myself in Fozzie Bear.
I make those jokes, you know?
Yeah.
I relate to Fozzie a lot.
I think all of us can relate to Fozzie.
There's a little bit of Fozzie in everybody. I don't relate with Gonzo that much, although I do love him. There's not a lot of commonality.
I love the way he dresses, like the tacky Hawaiian shirt.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Everything he does. It's funny. Yeah, I think he's funny. You know what? I was one of the characters that I was kind of shocked. Like, I just didn't know. Yeah. Is Miss Piggy. I mean, I knew of her. I knew about her. I've seen, like, other stuff.
Yeah.
I just, like, she's weirdly, how do I say this? She's, like, trying to get with everybody who comes on this show.
I remember one. I forget what episode it was, but it was like she's trying to pull the towel off a guy in a musical. I'm like, that's not allowed, Miss Piggy. No.
I'm just so uncomfortable. It's weird because I'm like, this is like the Kermit lady. Like, she's like always trying to get Kermit, which is true. Like, all throughout the show, she is trying to get Kermit. At one point, she like has like a fake, like a staged marriage thing that they go through on the show, and she like tells everybody she's engaged. They're engaged, but like she's also like every time a relatively attractive man shows up on that set, she's like, I'm gonna get that guy naked. That's my number one goal.
That's my number one mission.
I just...
Damn, she's gonna get me too'd with
Miss
that.
Piggy's
Trying to
gonna
rip
get
off
me
now.
Miss Piggy's...
You can't be doing
From
that.
1984, Miss Piggy got me too'd. I was like, why are you so...
You're supposed to be in love with Kermit.
Right, why are you so into this? Like, you're always like... And like... I don't know. Maybe that's like a thing, like a time period thing.
I think it would be, yeah.
That I just like don't get because it's not.
I don't think it aged that well. There are some things that didn't age well.
That's true. If you watch, so all of this is on Disney Plus now, right?
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, Disney
if you watch it on Disney Plus, it'll be like we don't agree with everything you're seeing here.
Well, it's mostly towards race things. It's like there's like a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but it's a very. For the 70s and 80s, it's not that bad.
No.
But, like, it's still pretty racist to, like, depiction. Sometimes.
Definitely, like, they do some, like, Middle Eastern ones that are definitely,
it's always the Middle Eastern
yeah,
ones.
they definitely hit those hard. Like,
pretty hard with the Middle Eastern
They hit the Middle Eastern ones hard. That's why I know, like, when I see the message, I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing the Middle Eastern Muppets.
We're doing a Middle Eastern sketch here. I can feel it. Feel it in the air.
I want to say I like Miss Piggy, but I think I like more of what Miss Piggy does to the show than I like Miss Piggy
Just
herself.
the chaos she brings.
Yeah, I like what happens around Miss Piggy, I think.
Well, it sounds like Miss Piggy's, like, creepy.
She feels creepy to me.
She feels, yeah, definitely. I do remember watching it, and then she would be weird towards all the male guests.
Yeah, she's always weird towards these dudes.
She's
but, like,
violent.
at the same time, like, and then if, like, attracted, like, if a girl was on and like Kermit was like
she karate chops them.
Yeah, she like fights these people. That's the other thing. She's like physically fights everyone that she disagrees with on this show. I'm like, Miss Piggy's not okay.
Not okay. They're all not okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm like I don't know what Miss Piggy is supposed to be teaching me. I'm saying, like, if I'm, like, because there's, on the one hand, I'm like, okay, we're doing, like, the strong, like, self-sufficient woman, right?
But she's obsessed with men every chance she gets. And one man and then all the other men as well.
Right. And then it's just physically fights people, like, karate. And apparently is canonically the strongest character on the Muppets. I like that. She is.
Because there's like a huge blue one. There's like one that eats other Muppets. She's the strongest.
Grown men get karate chopped by this puppet pig.
Puppet pig. Lady.
And they go flying. She's not normal levels of strength. Yeah, Miss Piggy's great.
Yeah, she's pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be learning from Miss Piggy. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'm not supposed to be learning it, but I'm looking too hard into Miss Piggy. But, yeah. Well, what do you feel? How do you feel about Kermit? What are your Kermit
I really
thoughts?
love Kermit. I love how, like, he has, I don't know what it's called. It's like down-to-earth feel of him. He's like the only sane man character, which is usually not very interesting to me, but I feel like he's, like, humble enough and has a good enough heart and everything that it's, like, interesting to follow him as the main character.
Yeah.
I love and he's, like, witty enough, too. Like, he makes jokes with Fozzie and everybody else.
Right. Yeah, he's always, like, the straight man in these jokes. And I think, like, that's really good for the host, you know? Because he's able to kind of play off of all the other characters, no matter what their, like, wacky thing is.
Yeah.
He can play with it. And so you can always have him in scenario, like, in with other characters. And he'll, like, be able to make, like, a joke about it.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be able to keep doing it.
Like his deadpan delivery when he's ever roasting somebody usually.
Yeah, he does it all the time where he's like roasting somebody, he just, like, looks at the camera.
Like Jim.
Yeah, like Jim. I'm sure they do that in the Muppet Show, in the new Muppet Show, but...
If they haven't, they definitely should.
Yeah, that one got canceled. I was shocked by that.
I was shocked, too. It ended on a cliffhanger because it was canceled so soon.
Yeah.
Because they were broken up on the show and they were trying to get back together.
I was shocked by that. Anyway, this is not about the Muppet Show. But he, I like him. That's another character like Fozzie kind of that I want to I want to get behind.
Yeah, I think he's easy to root for and everything.
Yeah. You know who's a bigger part of the show than I ever would have imagined
Who?
from all the other Muppet stuff? Scooter.
Scooter
is a way bigger part of this show than
I love Scooter.
I like Scooter. I just from watching all the other Muppet stuff, I would not have got that he is always in every episode.
That's true. Because in the other Muppet movies and stuff, he's not as featured as the other main Muppets you think of.
Yeah.
But Scooter's uncle literally owns the theater.
I love all the time. My uncle owns the theater. Okay, I guess we're doing whatever you just said.
Yeah, just anytime he doesn't go away.
He just guess. Why is he still a gopher? Why is he I love that his highest aim in life is just to do an act, not to be higher than a gopher. He's fine to be.
Yeah, that's all he wants. He's content.
That's all he wants. He just wants to be on that stage every once in a while. I like Scooter. I think he's funny.
Eager to please.
Yeah, I just it's just shocking to me that he was such a big part of the show.
It was too. It is. Yeah, I would get why you would think that because he's not really as featured in any of the movies or any spin-offs or anything. He's just
You know the other one that's like that. The other character that was like that I was in the show a lot more is Rolf.
Rolf.
I did not know he was in the show so much. He's always in every episode. I mean, he's got Veterinarian Hospital is one of my favorite bits. He's
so cheesy.
He's always in that, and that's always makes me laugh. But even he's always playing the piano in the background. I'm just saying he's always in the show, and I was I don't remember you a ton from the movies.
Yeah.
And even in that spin-off later,
yeah,
he's he works at a bar. He plays piano at a bar somewhere. He doesn't even work on the show. It's interesting.
Ralph, I don't know. He's not the most interesting to me, but I still find him pretty cool. I don't dislike any of the Muppets, I don't think.
No, yeah.
But he's not as interesting as other characters to me.
Right. I don't think he has a lot of... I think that's probably why he moved to kind of the background as it went.
But Scooter, I think, should have been.
Yeah, I don't know why Scooter isn't. Scooter is interesting, and he's my uncle owns this show is funny.
That is a good bit.
It's
he's the first Nepo baby.
Yeah, he's the early Nepo baby. That's what he is. That's why he's here. That's why he's here. That's why he's still a gopher. But that's funny. Ralph is funny, but not because he's Ralph.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean?
It's it's more like the reactions to Ralph.
Yeah, it's what he's doing, and somebody else could have been Dr. Bob from Veterinarian Hospital, but it's funny that it's him. I just don't know that it had to be him. You know what I mean? There's nothing really about Ralph that makes him. And he does a couple dog jokes, I think. But I'm that's I guess you have to be a dog to do that one. But
you have to be a dog.
That joke doesn't make as much sense if you're not a dog. But also I like the animal specific jokes mainly because we're living in a world of all humans except for this one show.
It doesn't make sense to 90% of the audience.
Right.
And then just one dog laughing in the audience.
I love. But he's good. So my favorite bit is my favorite segment, act is the Muppet Labs segments because I think they're so funny. Dr. Honeydew and Beaker are hilarious. Do you have any thoughts about either of those two or that bit?
Beaker's my favorite character ever, just because of his reactions to
He's
everything.
so
His faces, the way they animate him with, I don't know what it's called, but the way they puppeteer him when he's just getting hurt. The fact that everyone else can speak at least some language, but he just says me. What is it? Me.
Yeah, he's me. He's just
the fact that he comes back every day to work.
Yeah. Why? This is another one. What does Honeydew have on him?
Well, we've established that they're dating. We've talked about this.
We talked about this earlier. Yeah, what'd you say in the? It's in the other.
It's in the Office style. I'm bringing this up too much. The Office style reboot. they come back from like a hard night of drinking, the whole cast, and then Kermit's talking to Beaker and Dr. Honeydew. They're wearing each other's clothes. It's like, goodness gracious, what happened to you two? And he says it was me, and then Dr. Honeydew's like, if it happens outside of work, we don't have to explain ourselves.
It's so good. Listen.
This is an abusive relationship.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We gotta get Beaker out of here. Beaker is not safe. And then even after the first experiment, Beaker is like, no. You see him like Dr. Honey is like, we're gonna do this thing. And he's like, no, I'm not in. I'm out. I don't want to be here. Dr. Honeydew is like, oh, Beaker.
Oh, Beaker.
Just like...
He doesn't even seem like, all those sketches I remember, he doesn't even seem like he knows he's hurting Beaker. But
he's like, it'll be fine. And then Beaker is like,
in
eviscerated. He's like turned into goo. He's like, that'll probably be fine. And then we just cut away.
We forget.
Like nothing happened.
Like Beaker didn't experience trauma there for the 14th time
this is probably why Beaker can't speak. Honeydew did something to Beaker to make him not be able to speak.
That's a funny theory. That he's like, he could speak at one point like all the other
all the experiments took it away. He can't. He doesn't have
I love that.
I love it.
That's the official fan theory now.
That is the official thing. You heard it here first. That's the official fan theory. Yeah, I love those bits. I love them.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a bit. There's a couple bit. I like that bit a lot. I was mixed. Sometimes I thought it was really funny. The bit where they are all in a ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
Either really funny, or I'm not fun. I'm not laughing at all.
Yeah.
It's nowhere in between.
They repeat some of the jokes too.
Yeah.
If there's an old guy, they say something for that. If there's a lady who has a loud voice, I hate that loud voice lady.
Right, yeah.
It's just I sing lullaby. It's that's not funny. Get out of here.
The purple. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. The George, the janitor.
Yeah.
He was in the first couple seasons, and then he was just gone.
Yeah.
And we don't know. And then he was replaced by Bobo, the other another character I've never seen in another Muppets thing.
Yeah.
Who's the janitor then? And he's this really he talks like this.
I love that. He's brown.
He's
right?
brown. Yeah.
He's brown.
I don't know what he is.
I was gonna say that's another one where I don't know quite what species we're going for.
But he is just dumb. He's just really dumb.
I do love that. I always love that character trait though. Just biggest dumb
just really
guy ever.
That's what he is. I love when they make him do things, bring things onto the stage, and he just doesn't do the right thing.
Amelia Padilla type bit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but the old guy George, the old guy used to be in those dancing ones all the time. But whenever Animal was in them, I laughed.
Yeah.
Because Animal would
just destroy him.
Make a mess. And then they paired Animal up with this lady who would fight back with him. And I was just this is genius. What you're doing
but
here.
Sometimes it's just they're trying to fill in time, it feels with those. Sometimes they're just really half-assing.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's sometimes it's not good at all. Yeah, I did not so one thing that kept recurred all the way through all the seasons is the pigs in space bit.
Yeah.
I'm just I hardly ever laughed at pigs in space.
Just to begin with.
It was just it's fine. Also, there is a shockingly large number of pigs on the Muppets in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they thin out that herd throughout the seasons to where it's just Link Hogthrob, who isn't in anything I've ever seen else.
Yeah. He's in that bear one too.
Oh, yeah, Bear on Patrol. Yeah,
he's in Bear Patrol Pigs, but nothing else. Yeah. I agree.
But in any other Muppets media, I've never seen Link
that's
Hogthrob.
True. Not in the movies.
I've not even seen him in the background. This is a very identifiable pig.
Yeah,
I've never seen him.
You don't see the old guy either. He's in nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just Piggy. Just Miss Piggy. She thinned them out.
Yeah. She's the only one left. So do you know the little like the app? It's like a genie that guesses characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like going through that, right? Because I
Yeah.
try to find like obscure characters. I tried to do
Link Hogthrob.
not Link Hogthrob. He got Link Hogthrob, but I tried to do the doctor, the old
old doctor,
the old
about
doctor. I tried to do him, and even that app was like, I don't know who the heck you're talking
Who the
about.
hell are you talking about?
Like I have no
Nobody
idea.
cares about this old doctor pig Muppet.
It's so good. It's like fun. Like I just like they're not like super funny. You know what I mean? Like, and they're
Yeah.
always like.
They're always like too long.
Yeah, they're always too long, and
always,
there's like a
like, 5
lot
minutes.
of them. Like, if you were to watch all of Pigs in Space, that will be a sizable endeavor. Like, from the early seasons, I liked the where they would go to that planet. What did he call the planet? He Kermit would like show up in a trench coat and be like reporting from the planet whatever, and then like it'd be like a nature documentary with aliens. Those were funny. I just
That's funnier to me than the pigs in space.
Pigs in Space is so funny.
Yeah.
I know what they're trying to do. They're doing like a Star Trek thing with
Yeah.
the pigs. I get it. Maybe that's part of the problem. Have you seen Star Trek?
I haven't really seen Star.
Okay.
That might be part of the problem.
Yeah,
but,
I
like,
haven't
also,
either.
it just seems dumb. I don't know.
Yeah, it does
They're
seem-
not my favorite.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really hate anything from the Muppets, but it's just
No.
not my favorite. It's pretty bland to
Yeah,
me.
Pigs in Space is not my favorite. Yeah, I think a lot of the times it depended on like the bits, like what bits they included.
Yeah.
And that like could change like like how funny that episode was, you know, like what I mean. So that obviously a big part of the show is the guest stars, is that they have these guest stars on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and to be fair, I was born in 1996.
And I was born in 1999, so even after you.
Yeah, I don't know.
A majority. I don't know. I didn't even know they were guest stars when I first watched them because I was not.
Oh, because you didn't even hear them.
Yeah.
Just like, this is the person.
This is just the person of the week, I guess.
Right.
I thought.
Yeah, I watched and I was like, I bet you I will have heard of some of them. So few. Sylvester
I know-
Stallone was on one time.
That's what I was gonna say. Sylvester Stallone was one I knew, and then
I
the
knew that
original Wonder Woman, and that's the only ones I
Yeah,
really
I
recognize.
knew the
original Wonder Woman.
There was another guy. There was I know Bob Hope, and he
Yeah.
was on there one time.
Elton John was on one. That was.
Oh yeah. Holy cow, by the way. When I picture Elton John in my head, I picture like what he looks like now, you know?
Yeah.
Or like has for most of my life. That is a different Elton John. It was on that show. I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, this is not the same Elton John." He's got the same like vibe, you know what I mean? But like he's got like long hair and like he's just like
Well, he's just younger, right?
yeah, he's just younger.
Yeah, there's some people you're just on
Yeah.
TV. You think they're gonna be a million years old no matter what you see.
Roy Rogers was on here. I know who Roy Rogers is.
Who is he? I don't know.
He's like a country singer.
Oh, okay.
He acted in a lot of like movies, like old like Western movies. He was like an actor and is a country singer. I know him because like my grandfather was a fan. That's where I know him from.
Yeah.
Like that's the closest I got to Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers.
And so then when I saw him, and he was old, like when he was a guest star on the show, like, and so I'm like, yeah, I can't even imagine. You were probably born in 1900, like the year, like maybe 1901 if we're being generous. But like, so like, I think that's like, and I think like if we were kids in 1984 and the following years that the Muppet Show was on,
it would make a lot more sense.
we
Because if you
probably
watch
would've
like
gotten
SNL,
right? Yeah.
if you watch it, but you didn't know who any of the guests are, a lot of the jokes are about like what they're like. Like even if they have someone,
right.
like I'm trying to think, like Ice Spice is gonna do an episode. Like they're probably gonna make jokes about her career, the memes about her, like.
And like 20 years from now, we're
If
not
you
going to
watch
get
that,
Like,
you're not gonna get the
you're not gonna be like,
cultural thing.
Oh, yeah, Ice Spice, of course.
Of course, Ice Spice, the one we all know.
You might know Ice Spice, but like you don't know the memes. Like,
Yeah, you don't know
it's
like
gone.
how we thought about her at the time. So I guess we do miss a chunk of that because I don't know most of these celebrities. I'm
And, like,
gonna be honest.
sometimes when I did know him, you know, like when I knew him, there's another guy. It was a guy like who was known for action movies.
Arnold
like,
Schwarzenegger. No, I don't
I don't think he was a guest star.
No,
I
I
was
was
waiting
joking.
for him, but I don't think he ever was.
That'd be funny though. He showed up.
but like there was another guy who like his like thing was he like calmed Animal down. Like they meditated. Like he was like Animal like he broke a chair at one point, and then Animal like idolized him.
I love
so
that
like
stuff.
he like Animal like followed him around, and they were like meditating in the dressing room at one point. I was like, that's funny because like I know like his like reputation is like this like super like action hero, and he was like, I've mellowed out now. I'm helping my friend mellow out. I like Dr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth, his weird arms that always seem
what
to
is
strike.
going on with the weird arms? I think it's funny. Like obviously I know like what's happening. I just like physically, but it's I think the band is funny. The band also a lot more showtime than I would have expected.
Well, Janice is also in those veterinarians hospital.
Yeah, she is. Janice is always in the vet. It's her, Miss Piggy, and Ralph. Janice's voice makes me laugh. Like,
just very like low for a female.
I just like Janice's voice makes me laugh.
It's very hippie.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hippie.
Their whole thing is so hippie.
The one it was. Oh man, I should know this. This guy's the main guy in the band. One of the main guys in the band.
Zoot? Is he Zoot? Well,
no.
Floyd.
Floyd. Yep.
That guy.
Floyd is wearing like a drummer's vest. Like I'm like this is the most hippie thing I've ever seen. Like. That is just
the
John
Beatles.
Lennon. Yeah, that's the Beatles. Like that's clearly what you're doing. I
love the one where Floyd is gonna leave the Muppets because he's like,
they're gonna walk.
I'm too hip. He's just gonna walk out.
We haven't been given new material, man. Like he's like, we play these old songs. It is funny. That's like funny. I think maybe if I was like a musician or something, I might get that. Like maybe there's like something I'm supposed to take away. But during the episode, I was just like, it's hilarious to me that like Floyd is like, we're going on strike. Like Floyd, he does not appear to be present at most times. Yeah. But yeah, the band's good. The band's funny.
I think all the personalities are great. It's funny to see how like season 1 characters' personalities change from like the last season and everything.
Yeah.
Like how they mold more into it, because like this is with a lot of shows. Like the first season, they're just trying to feel out the characters, what would be the best, what would be funniest, what makes the most sense. And then by the final season, they're usually stick mostly the same, but there's like a more defined definition to the characters. Like they're more.
Yeah, there's definitely more. Yeah, it's and like you can even see like in this specific show, they changed some of the puppets pretty dramatically.
Yeah, we were talking about season 1 puppets look very different. Not just Gonzo, but
Gonzo definitely looks different.
Yeah, but Miss Piggy had like those
weird
eye thing.
Yeah.
What's wrong compared to the biggest Piggy now?
There is like it looks like something is wrong. Yeah, she looks way different.
She looks like a cave woman almost.
Yeah, her like first puppet definitely looks like way different. I think. Like there were so many pigs in the first like season.
So many pigs.
That, like I think like they were just like we just made a lot of pigs. Like we made a lot of pig puppets. So like we gotta use them. But like as she became a more prominent character, they were like we should like make her more definable. Like because the other pig, I don't know, Annie Sue or something.
That also was flirting with Kermit. I don't know why all these pigs are into Kermit.
What is going on?
Annie Sue.
Kermit's got this riz with just pigs.
Ultimate riz.
He's got the ultimate pig riz. Something's in the water. I don't know what's going on. But why do all these pigs love Kermit?
Well, even the female guest stars love Kermit.
That's true. I
think Kermit just overall has that riz. He got that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him. You heard it here first.
With the Muppet Beaker Fury, and you heard Kermit has that dog in it.
Kermit, in fact,
has that
riz,
dog in that ultimate riz that makes him the dog. What am I even saying?
Has the dog. Yeah, that's good. That's standing.
That's it. It definitely has to. It's official.
Yeah, Kermit is. And Kermit likes pigs. This is another thing. So first of all, I watched because I was inundated with Muppets. I watched part of the spin-off Muppet Show too.
Yeah.
And he in that show, like, there's one moment where like they pan to his new girlfriend who's also a pig, and
I was
then
gonna bring that up, but I didn't know we were talking too much about the movie.
then they pan to him, and he goes, "What can I say? I like pigs." It's just like, what is going on?
First of all, Gonzo and now we got
Yeah.
Kermit with the pigs.
At least the pigs are sentient.
Yeah, the pigs are sentient.
Like, at least the pigs speak back.
Yeah.
Although Gonzo can't understand the chickens.
Somehow he
Like,
understands them, or he's going insane, and he's just so into the chickens.
Yeah, it's really good. I like too, like, how like varied the Muppets are too. Like, even like it's really cool, like, from like a background perspective, from like how is the sausage made here?
Yeah.
Like, you think about all the things they do, like the little things they do to like make that work, make the show work, like visually.
Yeah.
With like these, live
Like,
action.
also just set design. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
they had to make like a fake feeder.
Right.
And
Yeah,
everything.
to even do this, and then they have to like say, okay, we have to make it look like the theater is made for the puppets, but there's got to be people under that
Yeah.
controlling the puppets, and then we're gonna have real life people stand in here too with the puppets. So how do we get that to look like it's normal and not like strange? And I think they do a really good job.
They do, yeah.
And even like the bits where like because some of the guest stars are like dancers and stuff like that, and so they'll have them dance, they'll have them do their like the thing that they're known for, and then they'll have like huge
Yeah, like
Muppets.
they're in bodysuits,
Yeah.
basically.
And like sometimes they're generic, or sometimes it's that big blue one.
That blue one, usually.
I don't know what.
I don't know.
Does
his
that one have a
name.
name?
I don't think so.
I don't think,
I
it's
think
ever-
he's just big blue
Yeah.
Muppet for when they need dancing.
Yeah, so he's there, or Sugar. No, Sweetums. Oh, my word.
Sweetums. I love Sweetums.
Yeah, Sweetums is there sometimes. Sweetums, one time, one guest star beat the tar out of Sweetums in like a bar. Like, she was like dancing, but like knocking him around. Like, Sweetums, it was, anyway. But yeah, but like, so they have like those like life size ones too that interact
Yeah.
with like the guest stars.
It was a whole different. It's not even puppetry. It's like a bodysuit almost,
Yeah.
which is a cool technical thing when I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta think. I mean, that's gotta be like to like even the ones that are thinner. Like Sweetums
Yeah.
is a big cost. Like that has to be one heavy, two very hot.
Yeah.
Like, but you even think about the smaller one, the thinner.
It has to be hard to
costumes.
control your body movements. It can't be
Yeah.
like as easy to look through.
Right.
It's like those Disney World costumes where like you have to be Winnie the Pooh, but
Right.
it's just some sweaty guy angry at his life. 'Cause he
You
has-
think- I just. So your theory here is that every Disney character is in there just fuming, just
How can you-
disgusted at where they are in life.
How can you not be? Because you're sweating. It's Florida, first of all.
It is Florida.
California sometimes.
Yeah, well, it's still hot.
Still hot,
It doesn't
yeah.
help us.
Regardless, it's hot.
Yeah.
And then, like, kids are yelling at you. If a kid pees on you there, you can't even say, there's a code word you can't say a kid peed on. This is off topic. But you can't even say a kid peed on you. You have to say, like, code
This is
something.
the content that we're here for. You have to say a code word.
Yeah, you have to say, you can't say, like, oh, this kid peed on me, get me out of here. Because I would traumatize the kid if Snow White said that or something.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh, well, at least they peed on the suit, and I was like, not if you're a Disney princess. They didn't.
Yeah, if you're
They
a Disney-
peed on you.
They peed on you, specifically.
How did we get here?
I got off topic.
I love it. I just don't know how we arrived. It was still Disney.
It's still
we're
Disney,
one
yeah.
degree away.
1 degree away from it.
But
yeah, I
it would
agree.
be hard to control.
Technically, yeah. The main thing is the costumes would be very hard to control,
Yeah.
which would require a whole new skill set to design something like
Right.
that. It's just like, I think if anyone, I don't know what the artistry is called, like prop making or anything,
Yeah.
set design, like I think you would have to study this show. It's really
Sure.
amazing with everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool how they were able to do that, and how Jim Henson, like, the mind that Jim Henson had to be able to kind of make all these weird, like, very different puppets and, like, characters. Like, that's cool. That's, like, really cool to be able to design stuff like that. But, yeah, Jim Henson's neat.
He is. I studied him a lot. Like, there was these, I don't know if you remember, I had a DVD player, And there's these papers you could print out that, like, you could cut them out and it'd be, like, stickers.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, Mom, I'm going to decorate mine with Muppet stuff. And she was like, okay, so it's going to be, like, the characters, but it was just pictures of Jim Henson holding the Muppets. She's like, it's just Jim Henson?
It's just Jim Henson.
Because I was, like, so interested in, like, the technicality of it.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. It's cool.
It is.
Like, it's neat. I totally get why you'd be interested
but
in
it's
that.
just my mom was, like, expecting...
like the characters of the Muppets.
It's just some bearded dude.
Yeah, it's just, why is this hippie holding Kermit on the side?
What's that hippie doing to Kermit? Not into it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the first drawing of Kermit? I saw that
No.
online. It literally just looks how he looks now, but it's like, it's
Really?
just a sloppy drawing of Kermit. I
Wow.
love it. It's just like prototype for Kermit.
See, that's like really cool though, because like that's like shows he's how like thought out he had, like how it's like really just like it was just in his head, like he just got it out on the paper, like he just kind of produced it. That's really cool. Yeah, he's a very interesting guy, but it's and the show's like cool, and I see why the show is so successful. Like
Yeah, I mean, people even now, if you wear a Muppet shirt, a lot of people still understand.
Oh yeah,
the reference.
Oh for sure.
And if they don't understand like the depth of it, like you said with Gonzo and the chicken, you didn't know that was a real thing in the show, but like they'll understand like approximately what you're talking about. They've entered that like domain of they're so popular that if you just have a slight reference, most people will understand.
Oh yeah, I mean, in like culture, I mean they are like
a big pop culture icon.
Yeah, I mean you can't like live here and not know what
the Muppets are. At least what the premise is.
Right, and like you see Kermit's eyes like in a green mug, and you're like, I know it's Kermit.
Yeah, that's Kermit.
You know what I mean? Like
there's no confusion there.
Yeah, everybody, it's huge. I mean, it's become this huge thing. Obviously, acquired by Disney and everything. So
yeah, that helped.
You're not small if you're acquired by Disney.
Yeah,
but it's so good. One of the other, I didn't want to miss this character because I love this character in other stuff, in all the other Muppets like criteria or media, but wasn't in this as much. Is Sam Eagle? He was in it a lot at the beginning, and then like
a
couple episodes,
duddy.
He'll come back. I love how I just love how he is. And like in the beginning, they had the whole bit where he'll come out and he'll be like, now for quality entertainment, here's Wayne and Wanda doing this, and then something terrible would happen to Wayne and Wanda on the set.
Yeah, they just would never have a good time. I didn't realize how many of the Muppet bits are just them being hurt.
There's a lot of slapstick going on.
Even with commercials he's done, Jim Henson, for Wilkins Coffee, it's just some guy torturing another creature just because he won't eat the Wilkins coffee.
Yeah.
So there's just a bit he usually... There's another thing I want to bring up with Jim Henson. In a lot of, like, Christmas specials, Sesame Street, the original Muppet Show, everything, the spans, the insult turkey... Have you noticed this? He just calls... The other characters will call each other turkey. Yeah. I've been wanting to tell someone... I don't understand. I know turkey's like an insult for a person, but it was like in Follow That Bird, it's like Oscar calls me a turkey when he's trying to get into like a truck for birds or something. It's like, it's in the original Muppet Show a lot. It's like, he really likes this joke about calling someone a turkey.
Yeah. I think... first of all, I have not heard anyone under the age of 50
I was gonna say it has to be an old
turkey as an insult. I get like it's supposed to be like, at least, okay, I infer. I don't actually know. I think it's supposed to be like
you're lame. I think from
like
just
you're
context clues.
Cow, like you're running away, like you're a turkey.
It has to be like
or
chicken.
Weird. I don't know. Like.
But it has to be an insult just based on context clues.
Yeah, I know it's an insult. I just like we don't use this anymore.
Yeah.
But he does use that a lot. You're right.
Like all the franchises I've noticed, he has to make a joke about the turkey.
He's big into these turkeys. He's big into these turkey jokes. This is the funniest joke Jim Henson ever heard. He rolled on the floor.
Shut up. None of this matters. Design a Kermit doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Give me that turkey joke. That's all I care about.
That's all I care about. Violence and turkey jokes.
Violence and turkey jokes.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it. I don't care about the rest of the details. You make it up. I don't care.
Yeah. It's just true. It's it's such a cool it's such a cool cast of characters. I really like the Muppet Show because of how
they're very distinct personalities.
Yeah.
And they're they all have their, it feels like they all have their own running gag, and they
Right.
all have their, seeing them interact is very funny, but on their own they can be cool too, usually. Yeah. They're very colorful, their design, you can recognize them anywhere because they're so unique.
Right.
They're not even limited to species,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm they're just and they're so, that part of being so unique and colorful, I mean, that had to help in attracting kids to the show.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? That they're so interesting. Because I as a 27-year-old man, I'm they look neat.
They look pretty cool.
It's working on me as a 27-year-old. I got a 2-year-old son. I'm positive it works on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get how that would make. One of the things you mentioned earlier, this idea of unity that Jim Henson likes to put in stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I think part of this is even look at the cast of the Muppets and how they are individually so
different.
They look way different, act way different, but there is
they come together at the end of the day. They're all part of the same theater.
Yeah.
And
there's a unity and a cohesion and even a feel. I don't this is not, very unscientific opinion, but there's a feel of if you
I definitely feel that too.
Yeah,
yeah.
You see an individual Muppet, and it's part of this group. There's something about it.
They're all found family, that type of thing.
There's something really cool about that.
I think that is really cool. And then it does remind me of the original movie where they're well, I have a dream too, Doc Hopper, and it's where we all I forget the quote. This is the worst. We all come together. We sing and dance and we love each other like a family, and I think that's cool. I think they do. They're their own type of family. They're just these weird creatures that can only understand each other. And I love that. That's beautiful.
And I think there's I think there's part that is great, on its own. And I think that illustrating this idea of found family is cool, and it's always really neat when we see it. And I think even if you go more specific, the kind of the theater people that I've known, people that are really into doing theater and doing that, they kind of act like that. They have this level of
well, if you were around with someone that long, because just to make a play and everything, you're gonna have to get friendly with them.
You're gonna have to like them.
At least like them a little bit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I just think that is. I've seen that in real life, and so I think it's cool that they display that so accurately in this
it's very out there designs and characters, but it feels very relatable at the end of the day, just how they interact with each other.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're able to even do a show the spin-off, the Office thing, the spin-off of The Office, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why they're able to do that, is because while they are these wacky characters, and part of the humor is that they're relatable enough that it's fun. My mind doesn't take itself up. I'm I believe that they're in this situation.
Yeah.
The one we're talking about this again. The one episode of that where Fozzie is dating this regular human girl, and he goes to her parents' house.
That's so sad.
It's so funny.
He just experienced microaggressions about being a bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a surprise! He likes the salmon.
Yeah, he does say that. That's first of all, why did this podcast is the why? Bring back that Muppets Show podcast. What are we doing? I
also love that one joke where it's when you put bear looking for love online, you get a lot of wrong response. Well, not wrong, just wrong for me.
It's a different meaning. He's got bear looking for love. It's just but jokes like that work because they're so weird, but at the same time I'm
you could buy it with
a
character like Fozzie.
It's a little weird that you're dating a human girl, but also I kind of buy it. I just yeah, it's but I think that speaks to the versatility of the cast, they
the original writing of the show showed how just the normal human experience of interacting in a theater with people and how they're like, even though they're different species and characters all entirely.
Yeah. I even think that, like, even, like, Statler and Waldorf that comes through, the two old guys who sit in the balcony, right? I, like, even they are, like, at one point, like, one of them asked the other one, like, why do you come back? They do like being here. That's why they keep coming back.
They just like roasting. They like it for a different reason.
They just like...
They're just professional haters.
Yeah. And they're just like, that's what they're into. Like, that's what they want to do. I just, like, it's... And even that's a form of, like, I do feel like a part of this. And, like, it's not, like...
Like, we were making fun of Fozzie. It is funny to make fun of because his jokes are so bad.
So bad. Yeah. And, like, there is, like, a level of, like, familiarity with that you can still have even in that kind of, like, even if you are heckling. Like, they heckle. They're really funny. I love them so much. They're like, if I didn't relate with Fozzie so much, I think they collectively would be my favorite Muppet. I just like they're always funny. The one episode where their wives come and like just like hurt them. And there's a lot of slapstick in the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of where the joke is just violence, the punchline.
Right. I mean, this has got to be like a Three Stooges influence thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's also just easier because it's not live action. And like
Well, yeah, because it's a puppet. I mean,
you don't feel that bad because you don't relate to puppet pain.
And I don't. And I don't relate to puppet pain. Unless, of course, it's Gonzo being sad.
Gonzo having terminal, horrible, chronic depression.
Gonzo is
just
not
trying
okay.
to risk everything.
Somebody give Gonzo a call. I obviously spent a lot of time with the Muppets, and I like really liked it. Like I liked them, and I was able to like experience this like other story that I hadn't experienced, and it was cool. It was very cool. We said, what did we go over so far? We went over favorite characters, right? You're Beaker.
I'm Beaker.
Fozzie. Do you have a favorite bit from the original?
Favorite
like,
bit.
Do you have one that's your favorite?
I don't know if it's a bit, but I really like the different ways they what is it called? They show it's like a Simpsons couch gag where Gonzo blows his horn outside of the
the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that counts. I'll count that. Yeah.
I'll count that. It's like
it is always funny. I do
like a balloon or shaving cream or something.
It's always funny how he does it. Yeah, and I like that it's always different. It makes me laugh. Yeah. Yeah, it is a good show. You know? I think I especially I think it was probably a great show for kids that grew up then. And my dad did watch it when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And so that's like cool. It's like cool that it's still around.
I think it says something that even though we didn't grow up with like the cultural references and everything, we still even love it.
Right.
Like that shows how good the characters are. That even though we don't understand some of the cultural things that we like, it comes through so much with the characters and how much we love them that we'll still watch and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Yeah. It's very cool. It was very cool. I was very glad that I could go through it, and that this could maybe wrap up this podcast that I've been doing. Nice. But do you have anything else to say? I don't want to cut you off. So if you have other stuff to say, I want to let you say it. Anything else? You don't have to have anything else to say.
I just want to reiterate. I think the main point is Kermit got that dog in him.
Absolutely, the main point
of this whole podcast has actually been leading up.
Stress enough
that Kermit got that dog in him.
Yes, Kermit does have that dog in him. You heard it here
just
first.
Factual. The voice. Yes, Kermit
and bring back the dang Muppet Show.
Yeah.
The new Muppet Show. Yeah. I want to
see if they get back together. That was so weird. Like, I have this weird hyperfixation where I looked up old talk shows where Miss Kermit and Piggy said they were divorcing. Do you remember that? That was like during that reboot era. It's like they were divorcing and they'd go on talk shows like, I'm a divorce to Kermit. I'm like, what is this? First of all, why are you as a talk show inviting Miss It's so weird. I also heard on talk shows people will look at the actual puppet instead of the puppeteer because they find the puppet.
Yeah.
Because they're just used to seeing the puppet like Kermit and everything.
Yeah.
So they'll
I
look
bet
at
they do though, because you're like,
I've
yeah.
heard a lot of talk shows do that.
I bet you, yeah. That's so funny. What a crazy thing. And then that's a testament. It just works so well.
Yeah.
Like they're so like
They're so
fleshed out
recognizable,
characters
yeah.
that you like actually think they're people. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. All right. Well, if that's all you got.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening to Life's Legends. If you had anything to say, leave it in the comment section. We'd love to be able to interact with you. Or email me at lifeslegendspod@gmail.com. Like, comment, subscribe, share it to your friends, blow it up. And until next time, savor your stories.